Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and happy Halloween. So this Halloween, me and my doll YouTuber friends teamed up to do a Halloween collaboration and I'm just really happy to be a part of this. So don't forget to check out the spooky scary dolls by the Doll Fairy, Enchanterium, Walkitty's World, Heroes Workshop, Hextian, Moonlight Jewel, Dolly Pop, the Dolly Geek, Harley's Dollhouse, his name is Akin, Jackie O, and myself, halicrafts. So don't forget to check out their videos. I will give the link to their videos in the description box. For my doll, I decided to do something very different and unique which I have never done before. So I decided to go for a very haunted kind of tree doll because I have never done something like that, and that is going to be very unique and very different than what I usually do. I also have a lot of ideas to use raw materials like wood, tree skins and a lot of things like that. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And now without further ado, let's jump on to our video. And now I have finally opened the trunk where I take all my dolls, all the loose parts and a lot of things which I got for doll customization. This place is just like heaven because it means just so much to me. I can just create a lot of things from these dolls. And now I'm just trying to find a perfect candidate for this repaint, and at last I have decided to go for this operetta doll. This is in really bad condition because I just think that someone have already customized her and she definitely need a repaint. Using a sharp scissors, I'm just cutting off the doll hair close to the sculpt as possible. Then using a hair dryer, I soften the doll head and now I gently remove this from the body. Using a screwdriver, I scrape the gluey hair from the inside and now I just remove that from the doll head. And now the doll head is all clean, so using my 100% pure acetone in a piece of fabric, I remove the doll face up. And now the doll face up is clean, but still it is stained, but we can fix that later on. I have also removed the stains kind of effect from the doll body. And now the doll body is looking very good to me, so we can finally move on to the body modification. I'm marking the places where I wanted to cut the doll. I just wanted to make the doll body look very tall, so using my jeweler saw, I'm just cutting the doll. So now all the pieces are cutted, but still I wanted to give this doll a second joint just like my dragon dolls. So using this Ghoulia body which I have already customized, and now I'm just taking the joint part, and after this I'm taking a sandpaper and I'm just starting by sanding the doll body. And with a little bit of time and patience, the sanding process is all done. Then I'm using a Dremel and I'm making tiny holes in the doll legs. I'm just basically making tiny holes in the places where I wanted to insert the jewelry wire. Then using a very strong jewelry wire, I'm just attaching all the pieces together. And now this is the perfect time on which you can add length to your doll, that how much length you want your doll to have. So now this is the perfect time. And once I have added the wire, then I'm just using my hot glue gun just to make this more sturdy, and now I'm just adding the leg pieces. Now for this part, I'm using my hot glue gun just to attach both of the pieces together, and after this I will be using my jewelry wire to make this much more secure. Using my hot glue gun, I just filled the holes, and after this I'm using my tin foil just to add some texture and meat around the doll legs. and this way I will have to use little bit of epoxy. And now the doll body is looking very good to me, so we can finally move on to the sculpting process. For the sculpting, I'm using 2-part epoxy clay. And now I'm just adding epoxy over the tin foil just to make this very secure and to make this very neat. I'm just adding more and more clay to the doll legs just to make this very bulky and as smooth as possible. I'm not using any kind of tools, I'm just using my fingers with some water and epoxy sculpt. This time I decided to go for 3 boobs because later on I will be converting this into 3 eyes, which is going to be really fantastic. And now I'm done with the doll body, and off screen I have added a lot more details to the doll body, which I'm just really happy about. Moving on to the doll feet, so at first I have cutted these pieces out of a plastic, and now using my hot glue gun I'm just simply gluing them to the doll feet. And now the doll feet are looking very good to me. I also put the doll head and body back together. And after this I have found these viperine snakes in my stock box, and I decided to add them to the doll body. So using my hot glue gun I'm just simply gluing them to the doll body. And now it's time for the most fun part, which I have never done before. So I have taken this tree skin and now I'm just cutting them the desired size and the desired length I want, and after this I'm just simply hot gluing this to the doll body. The reason behind I'm using these raw materials and original pieces because I'm making a tree monster, a tree doll, so this will make the doll much more realistic, which I always like. Using my hot glue gun, I'm also adding some more texture around the doll legs. And now I'm adding more and more skin around the doll body, and now the doll body is all done, and this have taken me a lot of time and patience, but I'm really happy with the result. And now it's finally time for one of my favorite part, which is repainting the doll body. So I'm using thin layers of acrylic paint, and I'm starting by painting the doll body using brown color of acrylic paint. I'm building thin layers of acrylic paint just so we will not have any kind of harsh lines, and that will look very seamless and smooth. For the doll face, I also decided to go for this brown color because it will really match with the rest of my design. And I have also painted the joints using this brown color of acrylic paint, and after this I'm also adding some details around the doll legs. And once I'm happy with the brown color, then I'm using my red color of acrylic paint, and I'm starting by adding a lot of details to the mouth part of the doll. For the tongue, I decided to go for this pink color, and for the teeth, I decided to go for this white color. I just wanted to make this as haunted and as creepy as possible. And now I have taken this dry tree skin and I'm just cutting this into different parts. And after this, using my hot glue gun, I'm just simply gluing that to the doll body. This process is very fun because you can add them however you want, and this is very random and very satisfying to do. I am also adding the same wood texture to the back part of the doll. To make the doll legs much more interesting and realistic, I have cut the skin into different parts, and now I'm just adding that to the doll body using my hot glue gun. I'm just adding random pieces of the skin and I'm just gluing them randomly just to make this as haunted and as realistic as possible. I really enjoyed this process because I just don't need to be very perfect with what I'm doing. I'm just adding all the things randomly and this is just very satisfying to do. And now I'm doing the same thing with the rest of the doll legs. I have also found out these different kind of things. I just really don't know their name, but I'm just adding them to the doll legs. I think that they will look much more perfect on the doll legs. I'm just adding some different kind of pieces around the doll legs just to give them some texture. And now I'm just adding these snakes to the doll legs as well. After this, I'm adding these dry flowers to doll legs. To add some greenery to the doll body, I'm adding these green flowers, and with that I'm almost done with the doll body and moving on to the doll face, which is my favorite part. So I have sealed the doll face 2 coats with Mr. Super Clear, and using my soft pastel I'm blushing the doll face. For the blushing, I'm mostly using brown and black color of soft pastel, and for the highlights, I'm using cream color of soft pastels. Using my very teeny tiny brush, I'm adding a very smoky kind of look to the doll eyes. I just really love smoky kind of looks on my doll faces. Using my black and red color of watercolor pencil, I'm outlining the doll eyes. Using my black watercolor pencil, I'm outlining the doll lips, and then I'm just filling them using my black watercolor pencil. Using my tiny brush and black color of soft pastels, I'm starting by blushing the doll eyebrows. I just wanted to give her very arched eyebrows. Using my teeny tiny brush and white acrylic paint, I'm highlighting the brow bones and the cupid bows of the doll. Then using a brown watercolor pencil, I'm adding the irises. And then I'm also filling them using my brown watercolor pencil. And now using my red and black watercolor pencil, I'm adding more and more details to doll eyes. Using a black watercolor pencil, I added the pupils. And then using my white acrylic paint, I'm adding some details to the doll eyes. Using a soft makeup brush, I'm giving a very smoky kind of look to the doll eyes. And make sure to seal the doll face up whenever you are happy with the result. And now I'm adding more and more highlights and more blushing to the doll face. With my black watercolor pencil, I'm drawing the doll eyelashes. Using my black watercolor pencil, I have added a lot of freckles around the doll face, added some eye shines, some more highlights around the doll face, and at last I added some bloody kind of effect to the doll face, and with that I'm all done with the doll face up. I'm really happy that how the doll face turned out, and what do you guys think about her? Please let me know in the comment section. And now it's time for the most fun part, to convert these boobs into 3 eyes. So using my white acrylic paint, I'm just painting 3 tiny circles. Then using my black watercolor pencil, I'm just outlining the circles. Then using my red acrylic paint, I'm also outlining the circles just to add some dimension. Then using my tiny brush, I'm adding some black and red blushing around the circles. I just wanted to make them as realistic as possible. Using my makeup brush, I'm just blushing the overall boobs just to match with the wood texture. Using my brown watercolor pencil, I'm adding the irises. I'm just drawing them very tiny, and after this, using my black watercolor pencil, I'm adding the pupils. Using some red acrylic paint, I'm adding some more gory kind of effect to the doll body. And after this, using my green color of acrylic paint, I'm starting by painting the snakes. I just wanted to make the snakes as realistic as possible, so for that I'm using some green color of acrylic paint. I have also painted the snakes which are on the doll body, and with that I'm all done with the doll body. Moving on to the doll horns, so I have cutted all these pieces of wood, and using my jewelry wire I just attached them together. After this, I'm just simply gluing them to the doll head. For the doll hair, I'm using some more hair. This was in my stock box from a lot of time. This is sent to me by one of my dear friends, Same Kawaii on Instagram. Thank you very much, Same Kawaii, for these amazing mohair. I just really like it. And using my hot glue gun, I'm just simply gluing them to the doll head. And now the doll hair is all done, and this is looking very good to me. I'm just really happy that how this turned out, but now I'm just adding a few more final touches just to make this halicraft approved, and with that I'm all done with my doll. Long time before, Sarah came from a magical forest to this forest just to visit and to enjoy. But she didn't know that this forest is cursed and a very evil witch is living here. The witch cursed Sarah, and this lead her to this deadly kind of body with 3 eyes and a huge mouth. Sarah is now cursed, and she liked to live with snakes, and she have a lot of pet snakes which live around her body. So that was just my little story behind this doll, and hope that you guys would like this doll, because I'm just really proud of how this turned out. And let me know in the comment section that what do you guys think about her, what is your favorite thing about her, and I will see you guys very soon. in my next one video. Until that, goodbye.